I feel like you go into like I feel like you go on a mini quest and you get another mini quest. And then you like get like two more when you're on the mini quest. You just happen to like walk by someone and overhear a conversation. It's like, doo-doo. I'm like, wow, what happened now? That happens so many times. You just walk by at like a passing conversation. You barely were paying attention to it, and it's like, doo-doo. So and so says there's cheese
You
underneath the
just got a
statue.
new
It's like,
quest.
and like you never know what's going to be like serious or not. Like you show up to this cheese underneath the statue thing, and like it turns out that like the statue's in the statue, it's a gargoyle, and it comes to life, and like the cheese was like an offering for it on its altar, and then it like breaks into some like dark elf like dimension, and everything's on fire, and the gargoyle's got the cheese, and he's trying to hit you with the cheese, and you're like, what the hell is this?
Time's up. Let's do this.
We're in for a wild night.
Welcome everyone to episode 260 of Born to Be Wild, a wild Hearthstone podcast where we have fun, hanging out with friends, talking about the wild formats of Hearthstone, and spotlighting members of the wild community. I am your host, ElectricSheepCity. It is great to be back on this wonderful Friday evening here in Kickin' Rad, Colorado. I am joined by fellow hosts, Hydralisk.
Yo!
And SchmoopieDady.
You can't pay me enough to go on the gargoyle cheese mini quest. I don't care what Tara says.
For those of you joining us for the first time, welcome aboard. We record this podcast live every Friday evening at twitch.tv/borntobewildhs, and the video version of this podcast is then posted to YouTube shortly thereafter. Audio versions are also distributed to all podcast apps. However you are watching, listening, or absorbing via osmosis this podcast today, thank you. Yes, you.
Content plug, SchmoopieDady. Before we get into the main topic of the show tonight, I'd like to say a quick thank you to the patrons of our show. Your support means the world to us. If you enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, and comment on this video on YouTube. Another simple way to support the show is to leave a review on your podcast platform of choice. If you're watching live on Twitch, we've got some amazing emotes that you can unlock by subscribing to the channel. This is free if you use Amazon Prime. Finally, if you'd like to support the show financially, you can join our Patreon for as little as $1 per month. We have some channels in the Discord that are unlocked by subscribing to the Patreon, where you can see the show coming together each week. Check it out. If you'd like to interact with us personally, please join our Discord and free and amazing online community of friends all across the world who love talking about Wild Hearthstone. Links to all of this stuff and more, including our merch, can be found on our website, which is www.borntobewildhs.com. Sheep, how's your week?
My week was pretty busy and pretty good. So work, It's work.
Work.
Exactly. I was just thinking that I never did grab the or excavate the audio files for work or jobs done. I need to do that at some point. But I then hit Legend in R, that their format of Wild, with Ben from Work's Even Lock.
Oh,
So
it's not just Ben.
He's from Work. So
you did it too. Sweet.
We got our giants going on, Mountain and Molten. We've got Goldshire Knoll, which also gets cheaper as you have more handlock type style. Dark Alley Pact to get another big minion. Board Control and Curse Catacombs to just like try and find your Battleground Battlemaster to end the game. In the ETC is Curse of Agony to, reorder and mess up Reno stuff. Tight-Lipped Witness because, ice block. And Starfish because, if your opponent doesn't have a block up but has been freezing you and or has like an Unkilly Axe, all these taunts, doesn't matter, you can just Starfish and finish the game. So the deck feels smooth and is super fun. So obviously legend viable because I did that thing. Yeah. I also finished reading a book. This one, an audiobook for Project Hail Mary. So Anchorman was really encouraging me to read that one, and I can see why. It was so good. It was by, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but the same guy who wrote The Martian.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Which I also really enjoyed. So I think he also has one other Artemis and maybe a fourth by now. But I'll probably read more of his stuff. I'm also reading
Andy Weir?
Yeah, that's his name. I've also been reading the He Who Fights with Monsters series. I'm on like chapter 39 or 40 or something like that of book 2. So still have ages to go. These books started coming out in 2021 and there are already 12 of them.
That's a lot very quickly.
Wait, what?
Yeah. That's
12 in 4 years? Are you sure they're good? 12 in 4 years?
The first one was good. I haven't read the other 11.
Is this like, forget a team of writers. Is this like an assembly line? Like, are there like 14 people involved? That's crazy.
So the dude was apparently putting out like a multiple chapters a week on his Patreon for like years. And so that's how it was, like how it essentially came out. He actually hasn't been since like June, July. Like he got into some like health scare. I wish him well. It sounds like he's recovering, but he's not writing right now. And everyone's like, oh my gosh. And, went from 2-3 chapters a week to like nothing. So it was funny. I also was watching the like Book of Lorne, like full reveal thing, that Pierce Brown did, night before last. I don't know. But all of the Red Rising books have come out since the last Game of Thrones book came out.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Isn't that wild? So, yeah. That's kind of been my week, playing a lot of Hearthstone, reading a lot of books, and working a lot. So, Hydra, how has your week been, my friend?
I wrote in the show notes, I don't know, because I didn't know what I did. The one thing I do know is that my wife and I have been trying to finish season 3 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and we finished it last night, and I really enjoy the series. I think so. This is just my opinion. The show is great, but it's kind of gimmicky. Like the episodes will be either like a I don't know how to say it. They'll do a musical one, and then they'll do something else where it's like taking place in another time. And I know the original series did that too, where they'll be like medieval or whatever, but it's like every single time there's sort of something else. And I think they're sort of trying to capture the original series, but it like a little bit seems too much. And trust me, I love Star Trek. I have seen every single episode of every single series. There was one time that I spent 6 months. watching everything. Yes, SchmoopieDady. I spent 6 months watching. I think at the time it was 700 and I think it was 748. I could be wrong in that number. It was 700 and something episodes of Star Trek where I watched the original series. Then I moved into the animated series, which came out in the 70s. And then I went into the Next Generation, then Deep Space Nine, and then Voyager, and then Enterprise. And at the time, that was all that was there. And that ended in the mid 2000s. And there was over 700 episodes at that time. And I watched them all on in exact order of release date. So those series actually like overlapped each other. So like one night there would be an episode of Next Generation, and then like 2 days later there's a Deep Space Nine, and then Next Generation, then Deep Space Nine.
I remember them both being on at the same time because I remember seeing commercials for both of them at the same time and being like, huh.
Yeah, and then Deep Space Nine ended up overlapping with Voyager because it sort of happened in the middle of the other two, and they overlapped. So I watched everything like on release date, It was a really nerdy 6 months where I watched a lot of Star Trek. It was like 6 to 7 episodes a day. Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, the new series is great. I really love Strange New Worlds because it goes back to before the original series and it has a lot of like the original characters are in it from the originals. Like you get to meet Kirk again from the beginning, but Captain Pike is the captain of the Starship Enterprise, which if you know who that is, if you know, like kind of thing.
I do.
Like Uhura's there. Eventually there's other people introduced. I won't say who they are, but Spock is there. And anyway, the season finale was super good. Well, there was a lot of gimmicks and stuff in season 3. The season finale was awesome. Me and my wife at the end were kind of like breathless. We were like, that was good. Like they did a really good job. So stoked on that. Looking forward to the next season, but I guess, you got to wait till next year. We talked a little bit earlier about Silk Song. Oh my gosh. So my wife is playing Silk Song. And all I hear, so like I'll be here playing Hearthstone, and like I always curse when I'm like drawing patches and everything, and that doesn't happen so much because no one's really playing a lot of patches recently.
Because you're skilled, exactly.
She's behind me, just like raging, playing Silk Song, like raging. I'm like, come on, you beat Hollow Knight, it's fine. She's like, no, like this game is hard.
Sit down and watch this.
It is like next level. And I haven't tried it yet because I've never actually finished Hollow Knight. So I queued it up again. I have started Hollow Knight all over again because you know me, got to do it in order. I can't play Silk Song until I finish a game. So I'm going to do that. And then also I complained last week that I had no Audible credits, so I couldn't continue my Stephen King thing. But turns out if you just use your local library app, if the book's available, it's free. So I got
libraries.
Hooray library. So yes, I got the next book. It's called The Bazaar of Bad Dreams. It is a short story collection, and I'm on that one now. I'm halfway through. It's so good. I love Stephen King short stories. They're like, just because you can condense so much in so little, and they hit harder. You know how he builds universes and does all these big things. In his short stories, he can go hard on like one thing, and they're a lot just more intense. Anyway, I'm super stoked on that, and I am. Last I checked, my library app said I was 49% through the book. So basically I'm halfway. And then on to the next one. I still haven't finished the actual physical book I took out from the library, but I still have a little bit to return that, and I'll be finishing that up soon. But that's basically my week. I've got some other things that I'll probably talk about in the future that I'm choosing not to talk about now. But let's talk to SchmoopieDady. How was your week?
Man, my week's been like a grind. These weeks have been grindy for me since we've gone back to work. It's been nice having my wife working in the same district as me, working in the same building. We carpool in. That's awesome. But like managing, like she gets about twice as many meetings as I do because she's a new teacher. She's technically a new teacher. She's been working for 14 years, but she's got to go through like their vetting a teacher process. Yeah. So she's got extra meetings after school, and we have to line that up with, we're also trying to, basically I can leave my work at 2:20 and go get my daughter, who is like 15 minutes in the opposite direction from my work, from my house. We can go get her and roughly like a 45 minute drive, but there's plenty of places where we could hit traffic. There's plenty of and so like we're kind of like racing to get there. We're kind of racing to leave. Then we're racing to get there at the daycare to like sign in so we don't get charged for like having her stay late. And every day is like just like, you know, and then we got to get back to the house, and it's not so bad, but we get my son off the bus, but like he usually comes off as like, you know, a bunch of firecrackers because like meds are wearing off, and so he's ready to go. He's ready to, you know, get home and play his Sonic. He's been playing a lot of Sonic, actually, the original like Sonic Sega.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
is he playing on his phone? What's he playing it on?
He's playing on like this emulator thing that his uncle gave to him, which was pretty cool. It's like got a bunch of downloaded games on it. It's got like a ton of Pokemons. He's been playing Sapphire on there, and he's like asking me for help on Sapphire, and it's like, blood, I never played that. Like I went from like Gen 2 to like Diamond and Pearl or whatever, and was like, Diamond and Pearl kind of suck. And then
really underrated games.
I don't know. I was unimpressed going back and playing them because I felt like I saw a lot of the older like Gen 1, but I had just come from Gen 2, so like the novelty of seeing Gen 1 was like, I'd rather see like, you know, new Pokemon instead of Geodude for the 85th time. But like, you know, whatever. Like so anyway, so it's been a little grindy for me.
Geodude.
Yeah, fair enough. It's been a little grindy for me. I got sick this week. My kids were sick. We kept my kids home one day. Then we kept me home one day, and I sent the kids in because the kids were over it. And I streamed during the day, and that was such a mistake because like I like crashed out at that night. I was asleep on the couch. God, I was asleep on the couch by like 5:30, and then like woke up at 8. And the kids were thankfully asleep, and my wife's like, "Yeah, you go ahead. You go." So yeah, I slept in the guest bed because I was just like, whatever, get them to bed, get them sleep, get them comfortable with my wife. Don't cough on anybody. Go someplace else. And so like it's just been a grind, and I'm feeling it. And it's Friday, and I'm happy to be here, but I am also like, whoa, I'm dragging. Before someone says fatigue DH guide. Fatigue DH guide
from me.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, poor Linny, friend of the show, Linny, who sometimes dabbles in wild when I make her. She's a great streamer, former big time WoW streamer, I feel like. And somebody tricked her into like, oh yeah, do you ever try Bofa cheese? And she's like, what? What's Bofa? And it's like, oh no, it's overdone. But no, so while I was sick, I had KVLT come onto the stream, and we did a fatigue DH guide, a questline DH guide, which is cool. Ooh. And I've been actually, I think I've got like 7 guides out now for meta decks. We've done Seedlock, Libram Paladin, Hostage Mage, Fatigue DH, Malygos Druid. I did one for Odin Warrior. Not that really that's a meta guide, but like it's like I can start this one. This is one I can speak to. This is how I play the deck. And one more in there that I'm forgetting. Probably one that Filgerphobe did. Call to Arms Paladin. So like, you know, they've been like just like, you know, a little aside from the personal stuff. They've been good. They've been a lot of fun. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback of like, thank you. You know, a lot of thank you for making this. This is like really helpful. And what's kind of neat is, you know, YouTube tracking your stats. a lot of the stuff that I do is gameplay stuff, and the gameplay stuff has a really short shelf life, right? Like there's nerfs, new cards come out. Unless people are going to get nostalgic and like go look at like old content for whatever reason, but those people are kind of few and far between, and we really haven't like been distanced enough from certain eras where like we would do that. Go back for old nostalgia stake. Watch Schmoopie lose his mind on somebody for the 45th out of what will be 40,000 times. And so
Number 3 will really surprise you.
Number 3 is it's crazy. Look, Union cameo. Oh, yep. Union included timeline accelerator and no second mech. It's got patches too, and only 2 pirates. And Schmoopie drew patches. Yeah, like it's like the greatest hits, right? But it's been really cool, kind of watching those sort of like percolate, kind of like hanging in there. Somebody's always kind of like, there's never a lot of people watching it, but there's always somebody kind of opening it up and checking it out. And I really don't do content like that kind of has that staying power. So that's been kind of cool to see.
Nice.
Also been trying shorts. Have you guys realized, I don't know if it's just me and I just figured out how to do clips on Twitch. I feel like Twitch overhauled how you make clips. Like it used to be very
I used to do them all the time, but not, I guess, recently.
I feel like you used to have, there's like an art
me.
to timing when you stopped it, because like it made it like weird to like cut it off. I don't know. Maybe I just never tried.
It used to be easy. Like you had a massive window and you could play with it, and it was.
Oh, maybe I just didn't know how to do it. Maybe I'm just an idiot. It might just be I'm an idiot. But I figured out how to do clips on Twitch finally, and so like I just find a clip and it's just like, oh, I can do shorts now.
This?
So now I'm. Yeah, clip it. And so now I'm doing. No one will. No one will. Everyone says, "Oh, we're gonna clip it. We're gonna clip it." Yeah, BS. I'm looking at every single one of you right now. I'm staring directly into the camera. None of you clip anything. You clowns. You talk about clipping it, but you never do. All right. So anyway,
Ari.
I figured out how to clip stuff. And then like make that a short, and like, oh, this is a low effort way to be like, do one of the more splashier, like the very temporary, but very splashy kind of like, oh, go check it out. See if you like his stream. And so like that's been cool.
A decent amount, so I'm sure others do too.
It's wild. It's wild seeing like, yeah, people have told me, it's like, wow, I see your shorts pop up. I'm like, oh, that's nice. But also it makes me check my pants for a second, because I'm just like, why are my shorts popping up? I'm not wearing shorts.
You're becoming one of us. Oh my!
Do you say
it
so?
Took a while.
I'm so proud.
Anyway, that's my week. How's the news doing?
Welcome to the news. The news is so good.
One of us. One of us.
Well, there is the Hearthstone International Show Match, which is coming up very soon. So how soon, you ask? Thank you, Invisible Man. On September 29th.
10 days.
10 days away from like time of recording. Check it. So we've got from noon-ish, noon 10 Pacific time. Does that say until 4 a.m.? So that's midnight till 4 a.m.
It does say 4
time.
a.m. Yeah, it does. Yeah. So not exactly North American friendly, but that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a misread whenever I'm looking at the stuff and things.
You can either wake up and find out the result, or you can go, watch the replay.
Exactly. So midnight until 7 a.m., essentially. There are 2 phases. So from midnight to 4 a.m. Pacific time, International Show Match Phase 1. And then there's a break from 4 to 5 a.m., and then from 5 to 7, there's the International Show Match Final.
Dude, this looks like old school versus new school. I don't know. I probably haven't. You can read me the rest of the rules here, but just looking at the picture, like the bottom it's like Tice, Fury Hunter, Bunny Hopper, Gabby, right? And I'm like, okay, all these names I know. And then the top is like, I don't know these people. And they,
Did you guys
like,
notice
look
they
at
got
Lothar.
Yeah, they got Lothar out of Nathraxia. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, but like Lothar looks younger than my son.
I didn't think they left his wing. He had his own-
Basically what I'm saying.
If I go into the solo adventure, he's there still. So like, how do they get this photo?
Hi, future.
So
Sheep.
the competition is in a team format. So it's 4v4. Each team prepares 11 decks covering all classes and bans 3 of the opposing team's classes. Each player is then assigned 2 of the remaining classes. The team that defeats all of the opposing team's classes wins. There are prizes.
It's a good roll.
It's essentially it's EU versus China. So that's why at least I don't recognize any of the Chinese players.
You don't recognize Lothar? We've played him often enough.
I see you.
Five.
But I'm sure that these are going to be great games if you like Standard. There are also drops. So if you do, turn on Twitch in the middle of the night / early morning, you can earn 2 The Lost City of Ungoro packs while doing that thing. So those are on, of course, the official Hearthstone Twitches and YouTubes.
Oh. Speaking of, so last week we talked about the last competition. Did you guys remember to actually log in and get your drops? Because I didn't remember till Sunday. And Sunday I was like, oh.
I have no idea if I've gotten them or not. Oh, to watch the championship? Oh, yeah, I watched the championship for sure.
Yeah. So you got your drops, but I totally forgot to do it Friday. I forgot to do it Saturday, but I did do it on Sunday, and I got 1 sweet pack. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
But, wait, Sheep, who did you pick for your champion?
Kevin Schmidt, who did
How'd
not
that work
make
out?
the final day. I've met someone IRL with the same name, so I was like, oh yeah, all right.
Apparently that's
really
the one
need
wild player too. So
Yeah.
like, you actually were like on theme.
Were they a wild player? Oh man, so you did pick. I guess you supported our team. SchmoopieDady, who'd you pick?
I picked Pocket Train because like Pocket Train's a
How'd that
normal
work
human
out?
being. Spoilers, he won. I felt so bad. Okay. I felt so bad because I rated
I don't feel
pizza.
bad for him winning.
No. I rated pizza, and pizza was watching rewatching, the Masters Tour. It's like, oh, sick. Let's raid pizza. He's rewatching the Masters Tour, and he's giving his commentary on plays. Oh, that'll be awesome. So like, I rate him, and I didn't realize that pizza had like taken a nap and had missed the end of the Masters Tour, and so he was rewatching. So he knew the spoilers. So I like came in, and I was just like, imagine not picking Pocket Train, and and Pizza's like in his very sort of stern,
Thanks,
like
Schmoopie.
very thank you, Schmoopie. No spoilers, please. So anyway, like you have to hang out. You have to hang out for like an extra like 2 or 3 minutes to realize like, oh my god, this guy doesn't know who actually won. I'm just a jackass. And the thing is like you can't be like, hey pizza, sorry I spoiled it. Now you like double spoiled it. Like now like there was some ambiguity before that, and now your apology has just cemented the fact that you are in fact a jackass. You have doubled down on your jackassery. So you have to just sort of sit there and be like, I can't say anything. Right? I just at this point I just can't say anything. So I had to wait 24 hours and come back later and be like, pizza, I am so sorry that I spoiled the ending, not realizing that you hadn't seen anything yet. I couldn't apologize for the spoiler because that would have spoiled the spoiler. So
You could have just
sorry
said,
for
kid
spoiling the
seems
ending.
good, man. Like Like
I could.
I'm
You were
rooting for
thinking
him.
way faster than I was at the end of a 2.5-hour stream in the middle of my night. Now you were thinking way faster than I was. That's a good one. I'm gonna use that one next time. It's like, what? What you mean? Kid's awesome. No, that sounds lame. That sounds like I'm spoiling it. Damn it. How did you do it, Hydra? You and your devil magic of not spoiling. Anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah, it worked out great.
Moving on. We also have had a patch 33.4.2, and I feel like at this point it's becoming a meme that the dev comment is becoming a copy pasta, because like I've been super unplugged this week. Like I've been super busy.
Oh.
And I've seen this used as a copy pasta.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
That's true. Should I read it? Should somebody read it?
Please do. Please do
Okay.
read it.
The data shows a relatively balanced meta with no dominant power outliers or play patterns demanding nerfs. At the same time, the Day Rebirth mini set didn't land as we had hoped. This patch focuses on targeted buffs to help a few of those cards better realize their potential. Some of these changes support quest decks, while also opening up new options across archetypes. More details below. We understand that many of you were hoping for bigger changes. We've seen a lot of feedback about the strong neutral package of Firak, Police, Naralax, and Ysera, and we'll be keeping a close eye on them moving forwards. We also continue to hear suggestions to buff nearly every quest so they become competitive archetypes. However, as we've shared before, too many competitive quests in the long term can lead to a metagame that isn't fun or healthy. More broadly, we believe future expansions are a better place to bring community feedback to life than to try and overhaul the current set through balanced patches. We fell short of our goal, introducing enough new competitive options this expansion. As we look ahead to the next expansion beyond, we're keeping your response to this set in mind and are using it to help shape the future of Hearthstone. This did not go over great in parts of the community.
Future expansions, buy those ones. They'll be better.
Also, it's a relatively balanced meta. Starting out with that, like people were clowning on that all over the place.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I kind of took a more pugilistic approach to actually like defending this a little bit. Like they gave people what they wanted. I think Corbett used the term "zed it," right? Like they wanted like lower power level and longer games and like I don't know. And they wanted balance, right? And like above all, we hear, we should have balance. We should have balance. We have balance. Well, rock paper scissors is also balanced, and people don't always enjoy playing rock paper scissors or rock paper scissors meta. But I felt like they were trying to achieve balance and they achieved their goals. I'm going to be the first one to say that I found like the level in this set was unacceptable. But this is not like the balance patch to clown on. I feel like if you're clowning on this balance patch and are shocked that they didn't do something to try and like really shake things up the last how many more weeks do you think we have? Like we've seen the mini set. We've got like 4 weeks, 6 weeks. I don't even like 2 weeks, like at somewhere in this. I don't even know. I'm not even plugged in enough to know like when the next expansion's coming out. But like, it's like people are like, why didn't they try to save the meta? And I'm like, how? Like, it's better off. I'm better off them not screwing up the new cards than trying to unscrew up the old cards. So can we like? I don't know. I feel like if you're going to clown on this meta, now's not the time to clown on it. And I kind of like that they said we know we messed up. And we're going to try and not mess up. Hydra, what do you think?
Okay, so I understand what you're saying by like admitting that you screwed up is kind of cool. But the first sentence of that last paragraph feels so wrong to me. More broadly, we believe future expansions are a better place to bring community feedback to life than trying to overhaul the current set through balance patches. Okay, well, they do that anyways. They've been trying to balance stuff by buffing or whatever. But like they're just like, yeah, it sucks. We'll just make like something better in the future. Like our bad. And while that's cool,
Buy the future
that's also
packs.
pretty. It's also pretty crappy of them to say like, "Don't worry, it'll get better," but you still got to pay for it, right? Like it just seems dirty to me of saying like, "Yeah, this one sucks. Give us money, we'll make it better," right? Like,
I didn't take it as that. I took it as the like, listen, they're not going to go back and like buff all the quest decks because they're terrified of Stormwind 2.0. And honestly, they like you can. I'm not saying that I'm not defending that position, by the way, of making all the quest decks suck on purpose, which like kind of seems like what they did, and like to steal a thought from Corbett, which is probably not a revolutionary one, but if we were gonna have quest decks in the first place, why make them suck? Why have quest decks at all then? Right. Like why introduce or design quests at all? Which I think is again very valid. It's just. I think that last paragraph is less about like apologizing for the entire set and more so just saying we're not going to fix this set because it's not worth the energy taken away from the new set that's coming. So like we're going to focus on the new stuff so that the new stuff doesn't suck as much. And I'm not saying I have a ton of hope. But I just don't think this is the one. I think you can go deep on some of these, like some of the dev comment feedbacks, or like especially if they take a philosophy and you're like, well, I totally disagree with this philosophy, and I think we've pretty vehemently disagreed with how the sets have been designed the last couple sets, or like balance patches where it's like, oh wait, never mind, we have a cool toy. Never mind. It's too strong in standard. A 3-mana 2/3 that draws 2 cards and has +1 spell damage is far too strong for standard.
And it only draws those cards if you play a spell.
It's too strong. It's too strong, sheep. It shouldn't exist. It shouldn't exist. It should have never been designed. It's too broken. I can't. I don't know what's wrong with these people. No, I don't like. I guess I'm in a weird position. I feel like if we're like gonna just like if we're really gonna get angry about this one, this is like the whiny side of Hearthstone. It's just like they told us they can't fix it, but they're gonna try and fix the next one, and like we're kind of like dunking on them not being able to fix this one. I think that's where I'm kind of at. I kind of popped off in the server on this one.
We almost need a new name for you. Like you're like optimistic daddy for like 3 weeks straight now. It's so strange.
Shill daddy.
Yeah.
Just call me Shill daddy. I must be a plant. I must be getting backdoor checks from Blizzard.
Gross.
And don't get unlucky. And like don't get me wrong. Like I don't like Farak. Oh my god, I got into such a fight with Filterphobe on stream because of Farak.
I refuse to play Farak right now because it's been a known issue that some people who bought the golden mini set did not get their diamond Farak, and that still has not been fixed. And we've had another mini set since then. Now, I bought that golden mini set with gold, so my tinfoil hat theory of they want you to spend the money. And I use the in-game currency, but no, I think it was just a glitch. But I spent 10,000 gold on that specifically just for the diamond Farak. Please for to give me the diamond Farak.
Imagine how many Faraks you could have cast by now. So
more than Farak. 2.
And you know what? If you'd done it in Wild, he'd be terrible. Because he'd Plague of Flames himself, like the first spell, or he'd like Fire Invocation, like
I hate that card
randomly like transform himself into like OG Yogg, and it's like, look at that, right? Like that's I had one do that on stream, and I was like, nice job, guy. And I've also died
That's cute.
I've also died to Farrakh in Wild, which is embarrassing because having tried to make him work in Astral Communion Druid, you think he's perfect for Astral Communion Druid until he plays Fires of Zinajar, Cataclysm. You had 2 cards in hand, unlucky. Like it's just like it, just stupid stuff. Like, oh, let's just like let's Ultra Fire ourselves 15 times in a row. Luckily, it's happening for the opponent too. But like, I just like he does so many stupid things in Wild versus like in Standard he's so busted because it's all damage. It goes face and like people get mad.
Yeah, but I haven't been playing him.
Well,
Unlucky.
His type of design that bugs me. This is where I was sort of getting to before. It's his type of design bugs me because he's really good now in Standard. But if you try to replicate that in Wild, it's not the same experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when the pouches came out, like that Druid like Hunter pouch came out.
Resizing pouch and
Resizing pouch,
else.
thank you. Yeah, a resizing pouch, and when resizing pouch came out, it had a certain feel to it where the discovers were pretty consistent and like you had certain power plays, or like Prestor Druid, right? Like a deck like Prestor Druid where you can guarantee that she's going to be generating at least 3 Kazakai, right? And so you just got to collect them up. Like Farrakh has that feel to it, and he's really strong in Standard, but he's really not strong in Wild because the pool is not the same. And I feel like I don't like when they design cards like that because like you're gonna get your Diamond Farrakh, but like you're really missing out on time of him at his peak in Standard. The minute he goes to Wild, he's gonna turn into pee pee poo poo butt. Like it's just not good. It's just not gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
That's why I'm doubly grumpy.
Anyway.
Yeah, because you're not getting your time with him, technically. Right?
Exactly. Well, we did have some card changes in this patch. So first up is Kelos. Kelos is the what hatches at the end of the Egg of Kelos death rattle tree, and is a quote unquote 10 mana, 12 or 20. Sorry. You don't pay mana for him because that's not how it works. And now he has Taunt. Yes, SchmoopieDady.
Question: is this a Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster type situation? Is Kelos hatching from Kelos's egg, or is the egg possessed by Kelos? I'm a little confused. I don't even know if it's Kelos. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I assumed that it was an egg of Kelos being like, oh yeah, Kelos. Kelos is in that egg. Especially since Kelos is what the dinosaur that pops out of the egg is named.
It's egg of Kelos, not egg from Kelos.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who did it belong to beforehand, or is it a rental?
Kelos daddy. Or mommy.
That makes sense. Thank you for clearing that up.
Exactly. It reminds me of the old school Squelch lore segments.
Did they just make
Those were
stuff
so
up as they're going through? They're like,
Oh, yes. They made fake lore. It was amazing.
It was great.
The fake lore was, oh my gosh.
Oh no!
Top tier.
Has anyone informed Goliath, or is it like you're gonna give him hives? Like
I don't know if he's ever heard it. It
I
was
don't know that he has.
It was like the best. It'd be like, this is where Aviana came from, and it's like, yeah, so like Coca-Cola made this brand of water, and they had to create a mascot. Yeah.
Nutty.
It's great.
Nutty. He's
Yeah.
probably like, there's no immersion. I wouldn't know.
So our next buff is to Mirex the Crystalline. That's the rogue legendary minion from
Wait. I have
the
a
new
question.
mini set.
Does anyone think that the taunt's gonna help on this? Or
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually.
Yeah. So that was the point I was gonna get at, because a 2020 does nothing against aggro, right? Nobody cares about a 2020. Until it has taunt. So
Until it has taunt.
I
Until you
wanted to
have
say,
to hit it. Yeah.
like now it's legit. I would say at this point it's legit. I just wanted to make that comment because we didn't really discuss it, but I think
no, good point.
It's for sure going to make a difference if you're going to go down this route anyway.
Absolutely agreed. And we'll actually talk about and feature a wild deck with featuring this buffed card later in the episode. So keep your eyes peeled. Next up is Mirex the Crystalline. That's the rogue legendary 3-mana 3/4 elemental beast that used to read, while this is in your hand, or while in your hand. This is a 3/3 copy of the last minion your opponent played. Now it's the same thing, it's just a 3/4 instead of a 3/3. Cool.
At least it feels like a spider tank when you just tempo it out, because your opponent hasn't played a class minion in 2 turns, and you're like, I gotta get tempo.
Here's my 3/4 Malkazar Zemp.
Right. Or that, yeah.
We also got a buff to Possessed Animancer that was 6 mana and is now 5 mana. It's a Warlock rare card. 5 mana now after the buff. 2/2. Death Rattle, summon a random beast from your deck. Give it lifesteal.
Did anyone see Flair's tweet on this?
No.
I think I have him blocked.
Oh. Basically, he was comparing this to Possessed Lackey and calling it Garbo, and there's nothing you can really do to make it better because of the selection of beasts that you can get are in standard. Basically, what is it? What's the is Ultra Gigasaur or something? What's the big guy?
Oh yeah,
Ultra Gigasaur is the big one.
Is the only really good payoff. And if you have hard removal, then cool.
Did Flair do a Flare and forget that there's a 6/12 that also got buffed? That's also a beast demon.
There is. That's the Asphyxia Dawn or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
used to be a 6/10. Now it's a 6/12.
Yeah, they're just supposed to pair
8
that.
mana demon beast taunt.
Venusaur.
At the end of your turn, deal 5 damage to a random enemy minion. So it's got taunt, it's got a bigger butt, and it can be summoned out of your deck early with this Possessed Animancer. Neat.
I don't like when we get these okay, so it's starting to grate on me a little bit that we do get these very clear curated little packages kind of dropped out on us, right? Very clearly this mini set card is supposed to get paired with this other mini set card. Better use them together, guys. And to Flair's point, there aren't a ton of other options to make it unclear. I feel like the last time we've gotten some really unclear pieces where that actually did some cooking was unironically the StarCraft mini set, because at least in Wild, even though it looked like a parasitic package overall, and I think I've made this point before, there were some hidden synergies built into it in Wild, and you just had to go and kind of look for them a little bit. And that sense of looking for them isn't really there if it's here's a guy that summons a big thing. Here's the big thing you're supposed to summon. I don't know. I guess you're supposed to print the payoff. This might be kind of a dumb critique, but I feel like this sort of happens too often where it's very formulaic of here's the thing, here's payoff for the thing. Here's the thing, here's payoff for the thing. As opposed to kind of cooking it a little more. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's a little too curated. Right? Handed to you on a platter. This is exactly what you're supposed to do. You don't have to think. I get it.
And that's part of the critique of well, we don't feel sometimes that cards are really super new or innovative or anyway, right? Or just feel very safe because again, it's all kind of curated. None of this is really new thought either,
Yeah, I do
but it
like
makes
that.
Sense.
The Possessed Animancer is at the very least summoning a random beast. So while it's obviously trying to go for big beast warlock and doing, that kind of a Asphyxiodon and or Ultra Gigasaur type thing, like we could use that in our format at some point, maybe, if we ever wanted to. Like the fact that it, even though it's, they're selling these two as a package essentially, the fact that it's open, like, it lends it to be, I mean, not at 5 mana, but lends it to be a little bit more interesting.
Right? Warlock.
Yeah, true.
It's like, it's
Excuse me.
It's a hunter card.
Hyreek, grant me
Yeah.
wings.
Oh, sweet. Hyreek, grant me wings. A 1/1 for 8 mana. Oh, amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
but we won't be
I
paying
was
8 mana.
Irish.
We'll be paying 5 mana. And then after our 2/2 death rattle.
You mean after it dies? Oh, yeah. Not even a
Dies.
battle cry. Cool.
Hyreek.
then we'll get a whole 1/1.
When we play this in Wild, and this is like a top tier 3 deck, I'll give both of you $5 each or something like this. I don't see
I mean,
that.
at 5 mana, I don't really see it happening either.
5
Like,
mana. We can tutor the spirit of the bat, good sir. I will have you know. Remember, they actually labeled all the spirits with, like, also the beast tag along with the undead, which is like, I guess because art is confusing and they were trying to define somebody, like, why something's an animal and why something's not an animal. And at some point they were just like, we're sick of this. Make them all animals. Forget it.
Make them all beasts.
Just make them all beasts. Who cares? Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. Why is the spirit of the frog not a beast, but this frog a beast? It's like, well,
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
That's
that all
not
started
a
with
frog.
that.
That's a spirit of a frog.
What's the hunter card that was a beast and undead at the same time? It was like celestial. It was like a lion. Oh no, the bear. The bear. Do you remember that? It was in whatever. You can delete this from the podcast. There was a big bear that was like a ghost bear, man. Like
Ghost
oh
bear.
yeah.
Arphis. You know the one, like the Arphis,
The
but
taunt.
it's a bear.
The taunt. The fewer,
the taunt?
the more cards they had in hand, the less health it got. Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. Don't delete this from the podcast. SchmoopieDady knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And they had to change the art to make it look like a beast because they're like, that's a ghost. That's not a beast. That's a
Yeah.
It's like, and they're like, it's beast goat, whatever. All right, yeah, fine. We'll make it look like a bear.
You know what I mean? That's when there was like a
know.
weird like death rattle big hunter thing going. Something was going on at the time.
And the solo adventure still has the original art for that card. So like the solo adventure, one of the mini bosses is that card, and I'm like, whoa, that art is cool. Why isn't that the normal art? And like me, completely oblivious to the fact that there's this minor controversy that like, how can you say it's a beast? It's a ghost. Anyway, I don't know how we even got here.
Our next buff is to Ritual of Life. That is a 2-mana priest holy spell that used to read, discover a 3-cost minion, summon a 2/2 copy of it, and now reads, discover a 3-cost minion, discover a 2/3 copy of it instead of a 2/2.
Thumbs up. Good.
Is the pool bad? Like, are all the 2-drops in the standard bad? This feels like Cactus Construct,
3-drop.
but better.
3-drop.
Oh, 3-drops. Are all the 3-drops booty? Because, like, this feels like Cactus Construct type vibes. And it's not... I expected
Right.
you much better. It seems really good to me in a small pool of options.
I guess you were like, it's cool because you get to discover, but you were losing stats in general, right? You're paying 2 mana to get a 3. I guess 2 mana 2/2 is fine, but or like a River Croc is
You need an
2/3.
effect. Right.
Right?
You
Or
need
like a
good
Raptor
effect.
is a 3/2, right? With a tribe, they both have tribes. Like, so it was booty. It was booty. because like, yeah, you get to pick. Maybe you get a cool battle cry or whatever, but like it was actually kind of crap. Let's put it that way. So at least you get the River Croc stats with the 2/3.
Right.
So,
Yep.
I mean, we take those. I think it was kind of garbage. You would look for something with a cool battle cry or something that matched a tribe that you wanted. Now, at least it can trade equally, which it probably couldn't before.
I guess with Cactus Construct, there's some high rolls, right? Like you had like Panner you could get, or you could get
Keep on panning.
one of the hero power guys, right? And like that was usually pretty strong. Or you could get one of the little like Druid had that minion where if you didn't spend the mana, it started ramping up its stats. So I guess you had like better options where I don't know how many of the 3 drops in standards are like battle cries and not death rattles and or some sort of passive effect that like, okay, I can take the subpar stats in order to get the effect of this cool option, or if they're all just like bad. I could see the card just being bad because I didn't even think about like average stats are like 3 mana 3/3. Well, then if it's a battle cry, then you're absolutely just losing out versus how many of the effects are passive. But I'd have to like go through and comb through what the card pool looks like. It's probably not great. I'm starting to understand it now.
It's got to talk it out sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had another buff. This one to Ankylodon. Used to be an 8 mana 7/7. Is now a 6 mana 7/5. So 2 less mana, 2 less health. It is a Hunter Beast rare card with Taunt and Death Rattle. Summon 2 random 3-cost beasts. They attack random enemies.
Savannah Highmane is pissed.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, these
better
attack.
in every way. Almost, right? Am I wrong? Like
Yeah,
it's
'cause-
like
No, it's legit.
No, you're not wrong. You're not
It's
wrong.
just very funny.
Savannah Highmane was so good back in the day that Hunter players considered it a legendary, even though
A legendary
like,
you
it
could run
wasn't,
into of.
Yeah.
Yep.
right? And the fact that it has 2 less health is not a big. I mean, it is.
Hear the
It sucks,
whiny video
but
now. Power creep. Power creep.
but
it's like a segment.
it's not
that
a
writes
big
itself.
deal that it lost the health because like
It's not any-
bro, it has a death rattle, right? Like so we're looking for those
vomits
death
out
rattles.
more stuff. We like that.
Yep.
Our
Hey,
next,
why not?
yeah. Our next buff was to Longneck Egg. It was.
Hold on.
It,
Is the mama the long neck or is the baby the long neck?
Yes,
they both are.
it's a Land Before Time
Okay.
reference.
Yes.
So it was and
Sharp
is
tooth.
a 2 mana 0/2 druid common minion. It used to read Death Rattle, summon a 1/2 beast, give your minions +1/+1. It now reads Death Rattle, summon a 3/3 beast, give your minions +1/+1. So they buffed the body that it spits out by +2/+1. And I still have not seen it anywhere.
That's like and you probably won't. But
Nutty.
but it's a cool it's a good buff. And they had I think they went above and beyond with the buff. It's not like it went from a 1/2 to a 2/2 or a 1/3 or whatever. They went all the way up to a 3/3.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot because they know it's kind of bad. Sarah, you're going the wrong way.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, come on, even with Nerubian Egg, we get a 4/4, but because You then give your minions +1/+1. This is essentially a Nerubian egg that also gives your minion +1/+1, which is pretty good. Your other minions +1/+1, which is pretty good.
Is there like a like it, and it says minions, right? Like, so it's an aggressive thing. It doesn't say beast. This is a beast. It's straight up minions. So that's cool, right? Like, but what are they going for here with this aggressive druid card?
I mean, I think it's supposed to be for the quest druid. I think it's supposed to be quest druid support. But
I remember Quest Druid.
yeah,
I sure
that
do.
that was really fun in theory crafting.
I remember my first beer.
I only say that because it's funny because I need druid wins.
But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I run this in Big and Druid for giggles, since
Yeah, like giving it stats right out of the gate's kind of cool, right? Like
Yeah.
that would be cool. You could try it there.
but then not really wild relevant, for the most part, at least. Moving on then to Costume Merchant, which used to be a 1/3 and is now a 2/4. It was and is 3 mana and a common rogue card. And the text on it reads, Battle Cry. Get a random mask from another class. Combo, it costs 2 less. So they gave it +1/+1. And okay.
Niche rogue meme card, or like maybe a nice like card 38, 39, 40 in like Arena Rogue. Like I could see it. I wouldn't hate it. I think people, having played as much Elemental Mage as I have this expansion, I've come to appreciate Infernal Herald as like an actual constructed decent card. It's a 4 mana 3/6 elemental, so like big for mana cost. And the effect is when you play a fire spell, you get a random elemental that costs 3 less. And the thing that's really key is it costs 3 less. So like you're playing some 6 cost elementals for 3. And like a 3 mana, what is it? Like whatever of light, the 6 mana 6/6 that heals you for 6 with taunt. That thing, you like drop it down. It heals for 8, excuse me. I always get that wrong and then catch myself. But like you get the idea. You start playing like unhinged amount of stats because everything's free and everything costs less. Or like, you know, you're setting up to have like a walking mountain come down turn 6. Like it's just really kind of wild for like a really budget deck. And I think I'm starting to appreciate how like if you lop mana off of stuff, that's stuff good. And so, like, I'm not going to totally poo-poo this card because it's doing the mana cheat thing, even though the combo sucks, right? Like, it's not really a turn 3 card. It's more like a coin turn 2 card. But, like, coin turn 2 into a 3 mana 2/4 that 2/4 that gives you value. Like, that's tempo positive, and also you just got value from it. So it's kind of like, man.
I mean, I don't know that I'd call a 3 mana 2/4 that you need to combo to get the value from tempo positive. But now at least it's a 2/4 and not a 1/3. So it's a lot less tempo negative.
Some of the options are kind of silly. Like the Behemoth one is silly. The Behemoth Mask is like, we knew the Behemoth Mask was going to be pretty decent. If it had a shadow tag, you'd see it, and you'd see it all over Priest everywhere. It'd be one of the best. It'd be crazy.
Yeah,
I haven't played with this enough to have like a full. Like I understand, I see both of your guys' point of views, right? With the masks, like there are definitely options, but also like the stat line is just meh.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to see it in action, I guess, after this. I don't know.
Unfortunately, I don't think you will.
And guess what?
I've seen it a couple times.
So I've been playing a lot of standard just because it's easy to do like my dailies and the events that are going on. almost no one's playing Rogue. And when I play against them, I win. So maybe this will help. I wouldn't be surprised if I had like a 90% win rate against Rogue right now in Standard. Easily.
Well, I mean, I think one of the really good decks in the really good Rogue, one of the really good decks right now is like, it's like a, what is it? It's like like we call it just Fire Rogue, right? Like you just or like with like an Ashmane, like a, what is it, the 9 cost card that like Ashmane that just dumps your opponent's deck into your hand and stuff. Like you can there's
I
some,
think
like,
it's only 8
things
now too.
I thought they kept the cost, but they increased the discount. I couldn't remember.
Moment.
Or are we actually looking that up? It's okay.
I mean, maybe
I'm not that interested. If we want to, we can.
Look it up. Look it up.
Well, now you started chanting. I have to join in.
Look it up.
Okay, yeah, it is still 9.9. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Still. Super good card. Just refill your hand.
Yeah.
Right, and just cheat those boys out. So that's a good thing you can do in Rogue.
Well, we have one more buff. And that is to Tor Totem, which used to be a 2-mana 0/4 and is now a 1-mana 0/3 totem.
Completely
shaman
killed the card.
That reads, at the end of your turn, get a random minion with multiple minion types. And yeah, the fact that
shaman.
we can't and weren't anyway playing this in even shaman completely kills any wild relevance that this
Not with that attitude.
this card may have a fringe had the possibility for.
It's dead to me. It was
Like
already kind of dead, but it is more dead to me.
An 0/4 butt in even shaman's actually kind of like, man, that's actually
Because
not
you're gonna
that
buff
bad.
it.
You're gonna
Because
buff
it'll
it.
survive until you give it
And
attack.
it's getting
Like
you cards. The cards aren't good, but like it's getting you cards, and it's like, yeah, sure. Like I was playing
something.
Hydration Station. I think in my final list I was playing Hydration Station as one of the ones, which
It's called
is
Hydra Station.
fair enough.
Thank you
Fair
very
enough.
much.
My apologies. My apologies. So like the your minions on either side were getting scaled up +1/+1 each turn. Which I thought was good in even shaman because, you make these big tall boys, but they can't attack. But once you start making them able to attack, okay, well that's pretty cool. And now they're scaling. Oh, okay, that's also kind of cool. These are things that even shaman can do. This card like has no hope now though. Like this says this,
And
this,
it didn't
this,
before. You a 2-mana 0/4.
I would have
that
sniffed it.
doesn't even impact the board and just gives you cards in your hand is
I
not
think
really what
it's
even
worth.
shaman wanted, I don't think.
I think it's worth trying.
We can't.
Put it this way.
It's been buffed to 1.
You're right. So, but let's say you're new to Wild and you happen to have this at the time and you wanted to put it in. Like, you could have climbed. You could have climbed. Let's put it that way. Like, it would have worked. I'm not saying you're getting legend, and maybe you could. Maybe you could. But now you can't. So, I guess, suck it if you like this card, because it's dead. Thanks for the nerf / buff.
Unlucky.
Then there are a ton of Battlegrounds updates.
I don't really care about that.
And ending with some bug fixes. They fixed a bug where Anachronos, Frostmourne, and Barak Kodobane didn't have legendary buckets in Arena. They have been returned to the card pool now. And they fixed a bug in Hearthstone where the pop-up reward scroll said sharp-eyed lookout when receiving the Staff of the Endbringer. Ooh.
I hardly know her.
Did they fix when I pick up my pet and I tried to move it and it froze in front of my screen and I was trying to play and I just had a pet in front of my screen? Is
Your
that
actual
in the,
pet?
in the
I haven't seen anything about that, but
Rory was just like
right
just
there.
hanging in midair. It's like, oh, broke space time again. Kids, honey.
No, it happened to me on mobile and I was like, okay, like I can't really, this isn't VR. I can't look around. But yeah, King Plush was just like there, right in the middle. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just, try to figure that out. Not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny. I don't care. When I'm playing on mobile, I don't care if I win or lose. I don't understand the difference. But if I'm playing on PC, like, it's game on. Like, I am, like my elevation of stress gets there, everything. If it's on my phone, it's like it's a pretend. Like, it's not even real. It's like the ranks don't even matter. I have no idea the difference.
I wonder if it's a setting thing. I wonder if like just the act of you sitting down at your computer is like psychologically puts you in some sort of like stressful gamer zone.
Like I'm at
Versus
work.
just
it could
like
be. Yeah.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I'm not peeling your onion, sir. You can find somebody who's qualified for that. But I don't know. It could be that, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly.
All right, yeah. So we got an Egg Warlock. I don't, standard. It's funny because like it's a deck that sort of popped up in standard. It looks really funny. It's like a pile of removal. It's the egg, and you basically just slap the egg with your own removal spells for a couple turns until you make a couple 20/20s. It's quite something. You can make multiple copies using like, your typical DK imported via tourist removal package. You've got some Ultralisk Caverns, like, you've got the slate of Warlock things where you're just sort of healing up, pinging off your egg until you just beat somebody with tempo. And it's really dumb. But I've played it a couple times. Today at lunch, I couldn't get a third game in, but I got 2 games and I went 2-0, and it felt pretty good. Like I don't know if I was up against like top tier stuff like Farrock Rogue. Actually, Farrock Rogue's probably pretty good, but like the Elemental Mage that I just absolutely slapped around, they didn't have much of a chance. But it's dumb because like there's also a lot of random effects in standard that will hit the egg and not hit you. Like Farrock, for example, like just comes down and just nukes all 5 stages of the egg, and now it's like, hey, I have a 20/20 to hit you in the face with, and none of your damage went face. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of found a way to do it in Wild, but like a little bit more weird. User IceNix is given credit for figuring out if you only include 1 4-cost minion in your deck, you can use Sacrificial Summoner to kill the egg and summon out Umbra Endbringer. If you summon out Umbra Endbringer and then kill the egg again, or is it Umbra Endbringer? No. It's Umbra, just Umbra. Spirit Singer Umbra?
Singer Umbra.
Spirit
Okay.
Springer, I go, yeah.
No, I'm an Umbra racist. All right, so if you kill the egg with Umbra up, it starts printing more and more eggs, and eventually the last one that is released is Kalekos. Is that how we say it? And which is now a buffed 20/20 taunt. It's a very small scam package. It's really not like that prohibitive. It's kind of like okay, this is kind of cool that I do it all. And I've played this deck a couple times. I have done the funny by turn 4 or 5 super consistently. Meta-wise, this seems pretty okay into something like Discard Warlock. Sheep, are we having... Actually, don't have the stream up. Do we have the screenshot of what I did
just
in
pull that
DMs?
up.
Very cool.
Yes, sir.
So, like, you get to see the game state of, like, okay, my opponent can Soul Barrage this a bit, but there's some rather large bodies to soak up the damage. And if some of those Soul Barrages hit my eggs, great. Like, okay, that's fine.
Thanks for the additional 20/20 with time.
We're in a weird spot where the meta was slower pre-mini set, and we were picking on Disco Lock, and Disco Lock couldn't really break top tier because it had too many other things that had healing and removal, and we're beating it up. The mini set's released. Borlock is everywhere. We're talking like 13, 14, 15% of play rate for the format because everybody's trying it. Everybody quickly realizes that, by and large, the board deck sucks. It's good at what it beats. It's really bad into something like aggro. Aggro ramps up. Disco Lock is everywhere. Now that Disco Lock is everywhere, the meta changes a little bit, and you can go back and try to pick on Disco a little bit, and it's a lot harder to just play pure Borlock. And so that's where this deck kind of finds itself, where it's like, if it can beat Disco Lock, which is probably the most one of the most popular decks in the format, we're going to ignore that the real popular one is like Highlander XL Shadow Priest for reasons, I don't know, Chinese people, who knows? People just love playing like Reno Priest, just Shadow Reno Priest, just Highlander Reno Priest, especially the Chinese players. They love it. Aside from that deck, Disco is like the second most popular deck. And so you can kind of go back to picking on Disco again, just with the backdrop of, okay, but you have to be faster than Boar Priest. And this creates a very interesting situation for Boar Warlock, because yes, they can pop all of your eggs and kill your 2020, but now you have a new 2020 and just like one fewer egg. And so now you have to tank a 2020 with the Sword of Truth? You're probably not able to. And so this has itself kind of well positioned to being like, maybe this is the nuts. Maybe not this list, but maybe this is the nuts.
Cool. I like the idea of it. Like, that's honestly pretty cool. Maybe we should, I'll play around with it and see how it goes, but you're right? And especially if I can pick on Disco Lock.
Oh yeah, like anything that can pick on Disco Lock while also sort of being okay with like a medium to fast combo is going to be a deck that I think is doing pretty good right now. And I don't know how many of those there are. Maybe something like Beast Hunter is one that sort of comes to mind as being kind of okay into Disco Lock, but also you can kind of like be the beatdown and race a combo. But like that's a weird spot. It's not like you can be Odin and kind of turtle up and beat up on Disco Locks all day, right? Because like then Borlock is going to eat you alive, but no one's playing Borlock, right? Like that's or back then it was Holy Wrath, right? So it was like the last meta it was Holy Wrath. So it was like, okay, well there's only a couple Holy Wraths on the ladder you really have to worry about. So
this list doesn't look extremely expensive either.
Yeah.
Most of us at this point have Renathal, Loatheb, right?
Renathal was free.
So, I also really like how we have a lot of 0 or 1 mana destroy options, so that if, Boar does come back up, or, your pocket meta still has Borlock being popular, yeah, they can deal with maybe your first one by face taking 20 and trading a few others in, but then you can make another one.
Oh, good point. Yeah, no. That's a great point. I hadn't thought about that.
So you can kind of pick on that in particular as well, which is fun. I look forward to trying out this Egg Warlock. I gave it the Gul'dan, I call it his hangover
Nice.
portrait. He's got like the slotted like fancy shades and like, he looks like he was at a rave and is having a hangover afterwards.
That's hilarious.
Unrelated Advice with Electric Sheep City.
That's
Sheep.
me. Hello.
So before the show, we were talking about Skyrim a little bit, and you said you you 100%ed the achievements on Skyrim. Last I checked, Skyrim has nothing to do with Hearthstone and thus qualifies as being unrelated advice. So Sheep, give me tips on how to 100%, how to platinum Skyrim.
So the first tip is to just play a lot, play like you normally would and see what achievements you have left. And then just make a spreadsheet and start checking off boxes. And then eventually that platinum trophy will be yours.
Wiser words have never been spoken. And you heard that on
Born to be wild.
Okay, but like the part where you're like, okay, well, so just like play a lot, play like you normally would. It's like you're already implying we're no lifing it. And it's like, you're right, but it hurts.
Well,
I was
I'm
expecting
assuming
you
you're
to
trying
say-
to platinum it. So
I was expecting you to say, like, just don't have children.
I'd never heard the term platinuming until this podcast. So I don't know what
Because
that
that's
means.
PlayStation,
So-
right? Is that PlayStation?
yeah, platinum is a PlayStation.
Oh, okay. So you hit like a certain rank.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did all of the achievements on the Xbox version, but same general idea. Like they have the same achievements for
But you didn't
PlayStation,
fight
it just-
the cheese gargoyle yet. Okay.